Good day, everyone. My name is John Glantz. I am the Vice President of our CX Transformation Consulting practice here at InflowCX. And today we're going to talk about kind of trends in the workplace, in the contact center space related to, remote work, on-site work, and hybrid work environments. So we'll go ahead and dive right in. So here's what we'll be talking about today. We'll do a brief commercial about InflowCX. We'll talk about some of those trends, go through that, and then we'll have some time at the end for questions if anyone has one, and then we'll wrap it up after that. So let's go ahead and dive in. First, a brief commercial about InflowCX. We're a provider of strategic advisory, deployment, and managed services for the contact center and customer experience and unified communication solutions. We help clients or organizations evaluate, deploy, and optimize their customer engagement technologies and strategies. And our expertise spans all the different technologies in the contact center and customer engagement space. We provide a vendor-neutral, a supplier-neutral approach to those CX technology evaluations, as well as BPO and labor strategies and operational effectiveness. We have award-winning deployment services for Genesys, NICE CX1, Five9, RingCentral, and Zoom, and then we provide managed services for all those platforms as well. And then you can, if you want to check us out more detailed, you can see in G2 what our clients say about us, and in Glassdoor what our employees say about us. Very proud of the work we've done and the employees that we have. So. We work across a variety of industries, and this is just a sample of some of the clients we've worked with in those different industries. So deep expertise across any number of industries. And also, we partner with those leading technology innovators you can see across CCaaS, the CX ecosystem, and UCaaS. So all the major players, and are constantly evaluating new technology service providers and how they fit into that CX and contact center technology space. So let's kind of dive in a little bit to those models and talk about it a little bit. And I always like to start these with kind of where have we come from. So I've been in the contact center industry for a number of years, more years than I like to admit. And even just a few years ago, the idea of remote work in the contact center space was, I would describe it as rare. My last contact center leadership position, we ran 1,000 seats worldwide in contact center for a large healthcare provider, and we had no remote seats and no thought about doing remote seats. Well, then the pandemic hit, and that changed everything. And so in order to continue to provide service delivery and continue to, in many cases, run your business, there was a rapid shift of employees into remote work. If you look at kind of the Bureau of Labor Statistics studies from that time, and this is across all workers, remote work accounted for about 50% of paid workers between April 2020 and December 2020. And estimates in the contact center industry were significantly higher. Nearly 75% of workers shifted to fully remote work during that time. So that became the operating model. So where are we at today? We've all seen the headlines. You've seen Disney say their employees must return to the office. Apple, Tesla. This is just a sampling. So lots of employers are asking their employees to come back in and work in the office. In another Bureau of Labor Statistic data, 72.5% of business establishments, and again, this is across all work environments, indicated that employees worked remotely rarely or not at all in the last year. And that's an increase in that statistic from 60% in the prior year. And it's near the pre-pandemic levels of 76.7%. And the most commonly cited concerns about remote work are innovation, creativity, collaboration, as well as mentoring and training of new and existing employees. So, employee engagement in a remote environment is one of the most commonly cited concerns with continuing in a remote work environment. Now, I don't have specific contact center data other than the work that we do with our clients. But if you look at that same Bureau of Labor Statistics data, information and professional and business services still feature high remote worker rates, probably around 50% in both of those areas. And I would say that lines up with the contact center clients that we're working with today. About half of them are in either still fully remote or in, I would say, highly hybrid based work arrangements. But the trend looks like it might be turning. I went out to LinkedIn and I just looked up contact center jobs and found just slightly over 210,500 contact center jobs. Only 7% of them said that they were offering a remote position, and only 10% of them said they were offering a hybrid work engagement. The rest of them, the other 83%, were all being hired for on-site work. And so I think this is a significant shift in the trend from even the last year or two. So what do employees think about this, right? This is being able to go to remote work was initially it was a requirement, to maintain service delivery trends. It's been looked upon as a benefit by most employees now. And so again, in another survey from the Society of Human Resources Management, 68% of employees indicated they would rather find a new job than return to on-site work. So they don't like the idea of going back into the office. Commute times, financial considerations are typically the most common concerns. And we've seen clients that have started to pull their workforces back on site say the same thing. It's not a popular decision because, again, employees view this as an employee benefit. Over half the workers surveyed in that same survey indicated that they were definitely looking for a remote opportunity in their next job. Now, that's January data. And the current economic conditions could soften these attitudes a little bit. Maybe they wouldn't be as resolute as they are in those opinions. I don't know, because I couldn't find any more recent data, and it's reasonable to expect that they might. And we're also, in the clients that we work with that have brought their employees back on site for a significant part of their schedule, they haven't seen any increase in their prior agent turnover in their contact centers. But that doesn't mean that employees aren't looking for new opportunities. That's an unknown. And this could represent, in our opinion, a significant risk to high turnover industries such as contact centers, especially as the economy improves. If the economy improves and people feel more secure about their ability to find work, and that they may be more likely to go seek out the type of employment engagements that they want. So what are the keys to success, in our opinion, with remote work? We think that if you could offer a remote or hybrid work environment, you'll have a competitive advantage in the labor marketplace, which I think is significant now. Again, some LinkedIn data we looked at reported that 50% of job applications were for work from home positions that made up less than 15% of the total job listings. So employees are interested in working from home. And we've also seen data, and we've received feedback from our clients, that companies that don't allow for a work from home options are seen as old school or rigid and less desirable to top talent, especially younger employees. They view this as kind of going back to the old playbook, and they struggle with, why is this necessary when they feel like they worked effectively from a remote standpoint previously. Advances in technology allow for more effective remote work. So, there's widely available broadband, very good technology or collaboration tools, and the cloud-based contact center technology certainly allows for remote work. Now, clients that had remote work, we found that personal connections are important and harder in a remote working environment. And they're key to kind of employee satisfaction and engagement. And so effort and creativity are needed. Meeting in as a team leader in a contact center with a remote workforce, you can't walk around your employees' cubes and say good morning to them anymore. But that's an important part of that engagement between team leaders and their team members. And so that is, that you have to find different ways to do. You're not buying 50 pizzas and bringing it into your contact center anymore to provide lunch for your team. And you're not, a once a month one-on-one, at your agent's cube or in a conference room probably doesn't work anymore in a remote work environment. And so, we work with clients on how to do those important things in a remote work environment and be successful. And if you can't offer work from home, you may need to offer increased schedule flexibility and potentially increased compensation or financial incentives to kind of offset the employee feeling that they're having a benefit taken away. And so those are things to consider. So what other trends are we seeing in relationship with this? And we've talked about this on previous webinars. We're seeing a rush to digital engagement, and there's a lot of reasons for this. But the clients we're working with are actively working on how to fully or partially automate interactions, and they're doing this. How do we handle simple transactions through automation or self-service, automate standard processes to reduce agent interaction time, and also improve routing, so the right interaction to the right agent to reduce transfers. All of this reduces the number of agents necessary to deliver service, and it also improves customer experience. I put theoretically there. I think that's something that's constantly being measured, but so it serves both of those goals. And then also we're seeing a really large spike in interest in outsourcing right now, and especially from clients that may have never considered outsourcing before. And we see them viewing that as a reasonable alternative to running their own contact centers, and there's a lot of reasons for that. Part of it is as domestic labor rates climb, and as clients want more remote, or as employees want more remote positions, moving jobs to nearshore or offshore locations become more appealing. And there may be, in many cases, those outsourcing engagements are, they are managing staff that's based in their office. And so we've seen clients, really interested in exploring and understanding how those outsourcing relationships work, and really kind of testing if that's a viable service delivery option going forward. And we believe in many cases for clients, it is a reasonable solution to their issues. And so I'm going to stop there and see if anyone has any questions about any of the information that I've conveyed here today. Well, if there aren't any questions, then I guess we can wrap it up. We are available to help. If you have questions in the future or need support or feedback or insights in any of these areas, InflowCX can absolutely help you do that. So I really appreciate you attending today. I hope everyone has a great day and a great week. Thank you very much.